Paris, 1971. The city was alive with the hum of scooters, the aroma of fresh baguettes, and the timeless elegance of its boulevards. But something new was about to disrupt the rhythm of daily life in the French capital, the city of romance, fine dining, and now, American hamburgers. For centuries, Paris had been the epicenter of culinary tradition, where chefs were artists and meals were rituals. But the arrival of McDonald's promised to shake up the old order. Raymond Dayan had a wild idea. Bring McDonald's to France, the land of gourmet cuisine. To many it sounded impossible, even absurd. But Dayan was undeterred, convinced that Parisians would embrace the speed and convenience of American fast food. He secured a franchise agreement, giving him the right to use the Golden Arches and the McDonald's name. It was a bold move, one that would test the boundaries of French taste and tradition. But this wasn't just about branding. The contract was built on three non-negotiable pillars: quality, service, and cleanliness, QSC. These weren't just buzzwords, they were the foundation of the McDonald's promise worldwide. These standards weren't suggestions, they were the rules that made a Big Mac taste the same in Paris as in Peoria. Consistency was king, and every customer, no matter where they were, expected the same familiar bite. Every detail was specified: fryer temperature, burger assembly, even the crispness of the lettuce. The McDonald's system left nothing to chance, demanding precision from every employee, every day. Dayan agreed to uphold these standards, becoming the guardian of the Golden Arches in one of the world's toughest food markets. He was determined to prove that American fast food could thrive in the land of haute cuisine. He opened one restaurant, then another, and soon had a dozen across Paris. The Golden Arches began to dot the city, drawing curious crowds and changing the way Parisians thought about eating out. On the surface, it looked like a success. Parisians were lining up for burgers. Families, students, and tourists flocked to taste the American phenomenon, eager for something new and different. But behind the scenes, cracks were forming. The pressure to expand quickly was immense, and maintaining those strict QSC standards became a daily struggle. The QSC promise was slipping, and the uniform McDonald's experience was at risk. Some locations struggled with quality, others with service, and the cracks began to show. Reports of problems started to surface. Complaints from customers and concerns from McDonald's headquarters in the US began to pile up, threatening the entire experiment. The foundation of the franchise agreement was being tested. What had started as a partnership was now under scrutiny, with both sides questioning the future. What began as a bold experiment was about to turn into a legal showdown. The stakes were high, not just for Dayan, but for the future of McDonald's in France. The fate of McDonald's in France and the meaning of a franchise agreement hung in the balance. Would the Golden Arches survive the scrutiny of French courts and culture? The stage was set for a landmark battle over burgers and brand integrity. A clash that would define not just a company, but the very idea of what it meant to bring American fast food to the heart of French tradition. On the surface, Dayan's restaurants were a booming success, drawing crowds and raking in profits. But behind the scenes, chaos was brewing. The staff struggled to keep up, and the pressure was mounting. When McDonald's inspectors arrived, they uncovered a nightmare: raw meat left out in the open, filthy utensils, slippery, grease-coated floors, and even pests scurrying around the kitchen. Cleanliness had been completely abandoned. These kitchens were a health inspector's worst-case scenario, with overflowing trash and grime everywhere. Food safety rules weren't just bent, they were broken, making every meal a risky bet. The basics of safe food handling were ignored. Quality took a nosedive. Customers bit into stale buns, limp lettuce, soggy fries, and burgers that were barely cooked through. Instead of the classic McDonald's experience, customers left disappointed, some even voicing their complaints to staff. And this wasn't just a fluke at one location, it was happening across several of Dayan's restaurants, revealing a widespread problem. McDonald's corporate teams documented every violation, sent repeated warnings, and gathered a mountain of evidence. The company's reputation, built over decades, was suddenly at risk, threatened by these mounting scandals. Dayan's operation had crossed a line. It wasn't just messy anymore, it was downright hazardous for both staff and customers. McDonald's leadership realized immediate action was needed to protect the brand's integrity and public trust. What started as a few dirty kitchens had spiraled into a full-blown crisis, threatening everything McDonald's stood for in France. Faced with damning evidence, Dayan didn't back down. He fought back. He blamed McDonald's, claiming they failed to support him in the unique French market. He argued the manuals and training were in English, making it impossible for his French staff to follow procedures. Dayan painted himself as a victim of corporate neglect, not a negligent operator. He insisted he needed more hands-on help, not just rulebooks. His defense: the problems weren't his fault. They were McDonald's. Dayan's legal strategy was simple: shift the blame and keep his franchise empire. McDonald's countered with a mountain of evidence. They showed they'd provided French-language materials and sent French-speaking consultants to help Dayan's staff. The problems weren't cultural, they were basic hygiene failures. McDonald's had sent repeated warnings, conducted inspections, and offered hands-on support. They argued Dayan ignored every opportunity to fix things. This wasn't about misunderstanding, it was about refusing to follow the rules. The company had gone above and beyond to help. The real issue: Dayan simply wouldn't comply. The court weighed both sides, Dayan's claims of neglect versus McDonald's evidence of support. The verdict: a clear win for McDonald's. The court found McDonald's had fulfilled and exceeded their obligations. Dayan was in material breach of contract for failing to meet QSC standards. His excuses about language and support were dismissed. The court ruled McDonald's had the right to terminate the franchise. Dayan lost his restaurants, the Golden Arches, and the right to sell Big Macs. The message: fail the brand, lose the business. This case was about more than just dirty kitchens or a single failing restaurant. It was about the very heart and soul of franchising, and what it means to be part of a trusted brand. Franchising is a trade-off. You get to use a powerful brand and proven business model. But you also agree to follow strict rules and standards. QSC standards, quality, service, and cleanliness, aren't optional. They're the glue that holds the entire system together, ensuring every customer gets the same experience. A trademark isn't just a logo, it's a promise to the customer that they'll receive a certain level of quality no matter which location they visit. When a franchisee fails to uphold those standards, it doesn't just hurt their own business, it damages the reputation and trust of the entire brand. The court recognized this, affirming that a franchisor not only has the right, but the duty, to protect its trademark and the integrity of its system. Termination is justified only after repeated, serious breaches and genuine good faith efforts to help the franchisee improve have failed. The precedent is clear. Franchisors can and must enforce standards to protect their entire network and the value of their brand. Franchisees must take their obligations seriously, because failing to do so puts not just their own business, but the whole system at risk. This case reshaped the balance of rights and responsibilities in franchising, reminding everyone that with opportunity comes accountability. The lesson: a franchise agreement is a promise. The franchisor gives you a brand and a system. You follow the rules. Break that promise and you can't just blame the other side. The court said, a franchisor can end the deal if the franchisee fails to meet standards, after giving fair warning and support. McDonald's won because they proved they tried to help, but Dayan refused to change. Franchise standards are the DNA of the brand. When trust is broken, the system allows for a clean break. Dayan's story is a warning. If you mess up the Golden Arches, the clown will take his ball pit back.